Spectacular Magazine. We on the scene.
Today we've had some contact, but today, the full padded day of acclimatization, is the first tackling to the ground. I can tell you, to me, one thing that I'm really happy about is our defense's ability to tackle better. We've been doing a lot of work in individual drills, a lot of good versus good in that regard. The other part of it is I wanted to see a result of some second and third effort in the interior of both lines, and I have to watch the film, but I saw some of it obvious out there. The things you might expect: clean execution, offensively too many mistakes. We're putting a whole lot in 5 days, and we've got to figure out what it is that we're going to be great at and kind of refocus our thoughts. Defensively, a little bit of the same thing. Pretty aggressive on defense, but we've given up a lot of explosive plays to our offense when we're going ones versus ones. But really good focused work in the kicking game. Great day punting. Austin Parker's off to his best start. AJ and Charlie Ham are handling the place kicking, and that's been good to see some competition there. Our return men look good. We got everything in: punt return, kickoff, coverage, punt coverage, so everything's operating like a football team. We're going to spend the next day off, and our coaches kind of retool some things, and then Thursday and Friday we're going to get into situation football and then scrimmage on Saturday. So I'm anxious to see if we can get a few people that are hampered with tight muscles. Hopefully we get a few more people back that have been out for a while. We've had about 8 guys that were residuals from last season that we're still really having to limit. So I'm kind of anxious to see where we are with that. So, questions?
You mentioned you guys tackling for the first time. Well, football, I mean, you guys have been playing football most of their lives, but is tackling something you have to reteach each fall just to make sure you get the techniques right?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you, we all know that there's not near as much scrimmaging. There's not near as much live play. So the way you teach it, you go a 75% teach focus, and then you get a not finish, but a little bit more 100%. And then we only had 10 live plays today. We're not going to beat them up. So what you have to get, and what they have to understand, is the focused work at 75% to most untrained eyes should look full speed. So it's something that if you're going to be the best tackling team in the country, you're going to have to practice it.
Coach, we saw glimpses of Jake Bobo last year and then in the spring. What do you anticipate from him so far, and what have you seen so far?
I would tell Jake, if he's standing right here, I anticipate a lot from him. He's a really good football player. I thought his body of work this summer was as good as I've seen a young player put together, from a leadership role, from a quality, from quantity. The only thing I told him is we got to watch his quantity a little bit. He is willing to work. Everybody wants to win. He's willing to do the work to win. So I know without question our quarterbacks have great confidence in him. So when you get a guy like that, he's definitely going to be targeted in our offense. He'll produce.
When you put the pads on for the first time, those guys are excited. You have to dial them back from just wanting to flying around and just bang into each other that first day out?
Well, I don't want everything live to the ground, so yeah, you have to dial back a little bit of the, let's stay up off the ground in a team tempo, but I would rather dial them back than have to speed them up. The whoa is better than having to giddy up, so we'll hopefully we'll keep that mentality.
Coach, in the last 5 years or so, you guys have steadily improved your program. How important is competition in practice to building up a program success?
I think it is the key component. When you take next steps, it comes out here in this grass. It's the only place the seeds of victory will grow. They don't grow on game fields, and when it becomes competitive, and we're dictating throughout practice what we're calling competition reps. So I want to know who's going to fight to win. I'm not talking about lip service. So in these competition reps, it's just a freshman has a chance to show us he's a better fighter to go win the game. So it's kind of been our focus right now, and it's going to continue. It's a huge, huge part of any really good program.
Who are some of those freshmen that are kind of impressing you so far?
all of them. To be honest with you, I haven't seen a freshman that I'm disappointed in. The defensive lineman, the offensive lineman. I really don't think there's a guy to single out. The 5 that have been here obviously are a little more comfortable than others. But Jacob Monk right now is right there starting to look like a starter and battling to get it. Jalen Alexander has taken advantage of his time here. But all that group, health. Tony's fought health and had a shoulder surgery and different things. But I just think the class is exceptional. We did a grade I ask our coaches to do at their position after 3 days every year, and what I call a raw talent grade. And it's kind of that blink reaction until you study it too much. And it didn't surprise me. I agreed. We just did it 1, 2, or 3, 1 being the worst, 3 being the best, and they're all 2s and 3s, which makes you jump for joy. And I think that's real right now.